hunt for their very first Vince Lombardi trophy in franchise history. When I say everybody made the trip here to Minneapolis, of course, this man right here, he made the trip as well. Former Washington State quarterback, first-round draft pick by the Chargers, number 2 overall, Ryan Leaf. Now, Ryan, we know you're 41 years old. You had some ups and downs back in the day with the Chargers, but we'll talk about that in just a second because you revealed to us you're a new father for the first time. How has that changed you?
Yeah, that
Congratulations, by the way.
that makes you realize that there's no relevance to you anymore at all, right? It's all about him and my partner, my fiance. So it's all about them. Doing things like this, being away from them for 11 days is hard.
It is.
But who knows how long this will last, right? You got to be able to take care of them any way you can. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Okay, now we said they had some ups and downs, of course, with the Chargers, but you're 41 now. Things have gone down the road since then. If you could go back and you could change anything, Ryan, what would it be?
I would have treated people better.
Okay.
I think I wouldn't have changed anything that happened because I wouldn't be the person I'd be right now. But I would have treated people better. That's the fundamental thing that I believe about being another human being is about now. So that would be the one thing I did change, but all those things accumulated to be where I'm at right now.
I just want to know one thing. When you're around this environment, what do you miss about this game?
Well, just the whole process, right? You come in and there's security that leads you down. I mean, I haven't had that in a long time. It feels foreign, and I'm telling everybody just the magnitude of what the Super Bowl brings. Yeah. I mentioned something about what the Super Bowl does. It brings people together. It makes me remember that I'm part of a family. In that, I mean, I see old teammates and old coaches. I've seen Coach Billick forever. Him and I go back 21 years now. Yeah. So I played against that great team of his in Baltimore where, I threw a touchdown against Rod Woodson, and it was the greatest thing I ever did to beat that. I didn't beat that team, but I beat that guy on that day. So it's neat to see everybody again and remember no matter what you've done in your life is ups and downs and ups and downs. Everybody has them, no matter if you were a football player or not. And it brings people together like this. It's pretty cool. 2 teams battling for it, 2 cities that are very, very adamant about their football.
Yeah, you're the perfect guy to ask this because of the history. You were in the 98 Rose Bowl against Tom Brady. You're 41, Tom's 40, close enough. Can you put it in perspective for us? Because, can you imagine playing at 40 years old? Talk about that.
I played in the Wounded Warriors flag football game on Wednesday night, and I felt pretty, good. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
These 21, 22 you guys running around chasing you down. It's unbelievable. I always tell people the story of warming up that day in the Rose Bowl, looking across the field and seeing Brian Greasy, the starter, warming up. And there was this skinny kid wearing number 10, the shoulder pads that came out about 2 feet too far over your shoulders, and these toothpicks coming out. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's going to be the greatest NFL quarterback ever to play.
You knew it, didn't you? You just
knew it. I should have bought stock in it. I should have.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago,
right.
The 1998 Rose Bowl. How remarkable has it been to see Tom Brady go from that first Super Bowl to possibly getting his 6th on Sunday?
I mean, what I think about Tom Brady is that what he's able to do each offseason, all right? He's able to be very self-critical of himself, see what he has to improve on. A lot of people, and I know this in particular, that you get to a place, you feel like you've made it. What's so amazing about the Patriots is what they're able to do they're willing to sacrifice whatever they have to sacrifice to get better each offseason. That doesn't happen. So I don't believe I'll ever see anything like this again in my lifetime.
One of the things we ask draft prospects as they're coming out in the scouting community, we always talk about what's the toughest thing you've had to overcome in your life. Now, you've been through incredible adversity and come out the other side of it, but if you're advising these young kids that are coming into the league, what's the advice you can give to them when that adversity comes, how you're able to navigate through it?
Well, I'm lucky enough to be asked to be a mentor for the quarterbacks at the NFL Scouting Combine for the last 2 years. And that's been really humbling for me. The biggest thing I do is I walk into that room and I immediately kind of disarm them with the idea that just because you're a great football player doesn't make you a good person. Yeah. And you have to build that foundation first. I think that startles a lot of people because I think for a long time we think our service is playing on Sundays. What we do to entertain fans is our service work or makes us a good person, and it doesn't. And we're shocked when we hear players messing up and screwing up, and we're like, because of this pedestal that's placed underneath us. So that's my first thought to them, and what they do with it is entirely up to them, but that's kind of the way I want to take the approach.
What do you think of the evolution? Of course, you come out of Washington State, you basically threw that team on your back. You're this big, physical. and the fact that you get exposed to these young quarterbacks now, what do you think of the evolution of the position with what we're asking and what we're looking at quarterbacks right now?
Well, I think the size advantage was huge for us, right? To be able to withstand the beating that happens, and now the ball is out of our hands so much quicker. I mean, it is a run-pass option kind of offense, and I really thought that was a strength for Philadelphia, what they did in the NFC Championship. You look at what Nick Foles did in that game and what Coach Peterson did to bring it back. It was very similar to 2013 version of Nick Foles with Chip Kelly in that run-pass option when it was new. And were they able to get the ball down the football field? So I think that's the biggest change from when I came in and what it is now. That ball is out of the hands of the quarterback much quickly. They're not taking the beating like we used to do back in the day.
Absolutely. Ryan, let's shift gears real quick. Now, you're a program ambassador for Transcend Recovery. Can you tell us a little bit more about that program?
Yeah, Transcend is a recovery community. We're based in Los Angeles, Houston, and New York. We are a sober living environment who help people with mental health and substance abuse issues. And I've had the luxury of being able to be their program ambassador, travel the country, speak to people who are struggling with the same things that I went through, what everybody in this country essentially goes through. Either you have a family member or something you've been through yourself, and our ability to reach to them has been huge in what the NFL Network has been able to do to help me with that. I can't thank them enough.
And you have a big event going on tomorrow for the Super Bowl. You're calling this one, a little play on words, the Sober Bowl?
Yeah, so This is the second year we've done this. So it's a Super Bowl party. We have live entertainment. Sure. We have a comedian, Craig Gass, who's going to be hosting the event. Lee Steinberg's a part of it. He's going to moderate a panel. Mr. Eller here from Pittsburgh is going to be there. Earl Campbell was with us last year. Myself, Randy Grimes, who played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for years. So what we do is we present a Super Bowl party like everyone else. This one's just in a sober environment for people who don't want to not remember the football game, but actually remember the football game.
Huge advantage. You actually remember the
present.
game.
This will be the least liability party in Minnesota tomorrow. I guarantee that. Right in the center of where treatment started with Hazleton.
Okay.
Betty Ford, the center are the sponsors. I'm really happy to be a part of it. It's about trying to be a better person on a daily basis. And something like this is offered that to everybody.
How can some of our fans come to the Sober Bowl if they want to?
You can go to soberbowl.us.
Okay.
And that's it. Make your way down there here. If you can't afford to go to the football game, because I know tickets are pretty darn expensive, show up. We have entertainment, food, drink all day. Then we're going to have a broadcast of the game on a huge movie screen for everybody to be a part of.
Check it out. The Sober Bowl, the least liability when it comes to Super Bowl
Yes.
parties. You can catch up with that man right there, Ryan Leaf, number 2 overall draft pick by the